Hello and welcome. In this video, I'm going to show you how to convert from radical form to exponential form and vice versa. So, radical form is when you're dealing with surds or square roots, and exponential is when you're dealing with the power of something or to an exponent, and we want to know how to convert between these two things. So when you have a radical form, we want to convert that to exponential, and the exponential is going to have a fraction, so it's going to be a fractional exponential form. So the best way to learn this is through an example, because there is simply a pattern that you have to follow, and once you learn the pattern, that can be applied to every one of these cases. So for our first example, let's say we have the fifth root of x cubed. So we have a 5 on the outside, and then on the inside of the square root we have x cubed, and we want to convert that to exponential form. So we are going to want to take our base and keep that base the same. So whatever the base is underneath the square root, that will be your base for the exponential form. So that's just x. And then it's going to become an exponential fraction with the number on the top and the number on the bottom. The number on the top is always the exponent in the square root. So the number in the square root, so in this case 3. So 3 is going to be on the top, and the number outside the front is always going to be on the bottom of the fraction. So that's going to be 5. So the fifth root of x cubed becomes x to the power of 3/5. So let's try another example. We're going to follow the same pattern. So we have the third root of y squared. So the base is going to stay the same. So we have y, and then we're going to have our fraction. And remember, the exponent inside the square root is going to be on the top. So the 2 is on the top, and the number out the front is going to be on the bottom of the fraction. So the 3 is on the bottom. So that gives our exponential form to be y to the power of 2/3. So let's try 2 more examples. These two are going to be a bit more tricky. So let's say we have the third root of b. So we have just b. We only have one number out the front. We have no exponent inside it. But the trick is there is an exponent. We just don't write it, because that exponent is 1. Whenever you have something to the power of 1, you don't have to write 1. But if we pretend there's an invisible 1 there, we follow that same pattern, which means our base stays the same. We have b, so we have b to the power of, and then we have our fraction. So that 1, remember, is on the inside. We just don't show it, or it doesn't show itself. And that means the 1 is on the top of the fraction, and then the number outside, which is 3, is on the bottom, giving us b to the power of 1/3. Now for this final example, let's be a bit more complex, have a bit more going on. Let's say we have the third root of 8ab all squared. So we have a few more numbers, but the process is exactly the same. So we keep our base the same, but this time the base isn't just one letter or one number. The base is 8ab. So that entire thing is the base. So 8ab, and we can put that in brackets since it's more than one term. We have 8a and b, and then we're going to follow the same rule for our fractional exponent. So the power on the inside of the square root will be our top of our fraction, so that's 2, and the bottom of our fraction will be the number out the front, which is 3, giving us the exponential form of 8ab all to the power of 2/3. Now if you want to go from exponential to radical form, I'll save that for a different video, but basically you do the same pattern but in reverse, so you go the other way. Anyway, that's how you convert from radical to exponential form. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, please consider liking and subscribing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.